Good morning. I am waiting for just a little bit. A lot of times when we see new all-time highs in pre-market, we get a little pullback. So I'm just giving it a little bit of time before jumping in, maybe 5 minutes. And I'm gonna go make some coffee. Hey, poolside trader. All right, good morning, guys. All right, I've got coffee. I'm ready to go. Okay, so this is 5 minute. Let's drop it back down to 1. And if you guys need any of the other charts, SPY, SPX, QQQ, let me know. I don't think I put the numbers in, but I did build them out. Alright, hoping for a pullback here. Often if we make new all-time highs in pre-market, that brings a little pullback. Just looking for some support. $35 EMA is down here. You can see we stay pretty close to that. I'm a little far away from that to jump in quite yet. Oh yeah, call Tasty customer service. They're actually really amazing. All right, little pullback, and it's okay to watch too. I mean, it's you learn a lot by watching and make you stronger for later. Nice, $35. Good deal. That is that's a really good way to start the day. I haven't even taken a trade yet, so it's more than I made so far. That's okay. You took profits. That's really the big thing. All right, so I am going to go ahead and start a position. We could definitely pull back a little bit more, but I feel pretty good. And I'm going to trade a little bit differently today than yesterday. I'm going to space out the ads here just a little differently. Right now I'm putting in one contract at a time and not quite as aggressively as yesterday, just because we do have the potential for a lot more volatility today, and don't want to get too crazy, you know. See, we're still pulling back, can build that position rather than get in all at once. There we go. That is what I want to see. I do want to see a little bit of a pullback here. Or we can just go right into the green, that's fine. Cool, not a huge win to start, but we are. Let's take a quick look at SPY. So we're not quite at the top of the implied move for the day. Implied move for the day, 654. So we're not quite there, but nearing the top. So here I'll probably be taking profits. Maybe they're not going to be huge profits, but all right, get back in just a second here. So we are back in. And we've got all day, so no hurry. Sure. Lock that in. And wait a little bit just to get back in. Good morning, David. How are you today? Alright, so real fast, I'm looking at this on another screen, but 5-minute time frame. We're still quite far away from the 35 EMA, which is down here. So I'm not getting too crazy getting into, we could either maybe consolidate here a little bit as that comes up or come down to meet it. So I'm not jumping into positions too fast today. And I know that might not be that exciting, but that's just how I trade on days after data, because if we do hit some volatility, we need to have room to adjust that. So here we're kind of taking off a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, Oracle calls overnight would have been a nice way to wake up, right? Yeah, that was crazy. Did you guys see that move? I know at the end of the day, I cut my losses on a trade that literally, if I held just a few moments later, it went so crazy against me. But that move, and it was a roller coaster too. It was that I'm really glad I kind of exited that where I did. But yeah, Oracle calls for sure. I hate holding stuff overnight. I just honestly I love to sleep. And I love to sleep well, so holding stuff overnight is not my favorite, but yeah, that would have been a nice morning. If you guys ever need things like expected moves for earnings that are coming up, let me know though. It's so fast to just take a reading through options. Maybe start reaching some supports, but we're still pretty high up and waiting for that stuff to catch up. Yeah, sleeping well. Honestly, oh my God, I love to sleep. It's like my favorite thing. All right, there's a little bit of a pullback here. That's good, that's good. Yes, I do. I have SPY is right here, and I don't think that I didn't actually put the numbers in. So let's put them in real fast. Okay, implied move 647. See here, we opened right at the top of the implied move. Actually, it's just a little bit higher. Top of the implied move here, 654. And then for tomorrow, we have CPI. You can see 30-day average volatility. It's a little bit light here, but it's tomorrow's move is wider than that. So 645 to, which is another reason I'm taking it slow, because when the next day implied move is bigger than the 30-day average, it can get a little crazy. So 656 for tomorrow. Hey, good morning. All right, and then let's do SPX. So we're looking at 6480. That red candle to start. 6460 for tomorrow. Here, SPX, if you're trading SPX, this is a great spot to get into these $20 wide spreads right here. And QQQ. Let's see, we actually started QQQ just above all-time highs and then pulled back in. Top of the implied move here was 585. And for tomorrow, and all right, let's get back to MES. My computer's really lagging today. I don't know why. I don't have a whole lot running. Let's quit anything that's unnecessary. All right. All right, so MES. Going to be looking to get in here again with adding to the position. added a little bit here. Alright, so we do actually have some pretty slow price action here today. Alright, so if this keeps up, I will restart everything. Because this I can't trade with this slow connection. My computer's really great, so this is not normal, but if it does keep lagging, I am going to reboot. Alright, so we are in the green slightly. Yeah, Rob, if you get into futures, it's actually, I have a really difficult time trading it in Tasty Trade, but you can hook it up to trade off of TradingView, just like this. It's amazing. I really highly recommend it. But yeah, futures, I think for me right now, this is where I need to be. Come join the wild side. Options are pretty wild too, though. Alright, really small profits here. I'm not doing anything crazy today. I don't know, in my head I still see maybe a bigger pullback, so I'm gonna take it slow. Yeah, futures you do get pretty quick satisfaction. I do love options though, I'm not gonna lie, but knowing about options really helps with futures too. There's a little bit. And wait just a minute to get in. And you can see the 35 EMA caught up here. We've got support, so we've got a nice bullish setup here on the 1 minute. This is 1 minute time frame. 5 minute, we are still kind of far away from support, so taking it slow, taking small profits along the way. So if we do pull back here, we'll be ready. This would be way more entertaining with those bigger position sizes. Not today though, not today. We are taking it really slow today. Kind of wanted a little bit more of a pullback than that. That one almost wasn't worth taking profits right away. And where's the volume at here today? Super low volume. Oh my goodness. So SPY here, we are at the top of the trading range here. I'm not saying we have to pull back. We usually do here. That's why I'm taking it so slow, is we're just so high up in the trading range. There is definitely, with tomorrow's trading range being wider, so I'm looking at SPY with tomorrow's range, you know, having that $2 extra here, we could push into this, but we do have this 35 EMA pretty low down here, and that could bring us down. And even with just a few contracts of MES, that could be a painful drop. So just taking it really slow as we take off here. What's your luck? What did you do? What happened? I need to know. Yeah, you would have made, how much would you have made there? Yeah, it's hard to either be in the red or not lock in profits, but you did take profits. I mean, look at sometimes how small the profits I take, but then they add up. Like yesterday, I think over the entire day, you know, I was taking like what, $35 to $50. I think maybe one close to 100, but you know, overall the day ended up over 1,200. So, I mean, just take small. Yeah, 200. That would have been a nice. Yeah. Yeah, being patient is a superpower when it comes to this. And you guys are going to have to be really patient today because we are trading this so slow. Just because we are so high in the trading range today, right now. That's so good. Good job taking profits, truly. Because I know you know the feeling in options where you don't lock in profits and next thing you know, it's just gone. So taking some profits is better than not taking any profits. All right, let's add here. Just a small. So I know right now my positions are really small, but as the day goes on, it really does. The way I'm gonna drop into it, really, it can get to be a really big position. So far we're still pushing higher, so I keep just taking small profits and then getting back in, but if we do pull back, the position will get a lot bigger. So it won't be quite as slow, I suppose. Not a huge win there, $15. This is the slow way I trade overnight sometimes. All right, let's check out some other time frames here. 30-minute. Let's go into SPX. All right, yeah, so just being so high above. We did have the 35 EMA catch up, so honestly, that is really pretty. 35 EMA holding up the ATR and super trend. We have the green cloud here and this, so we are bullish here clearly, but also still really high in the trading range, so flipping profits here, definitely a good idea. We can go higher, yes, definitely, and we can consolidate back down. Right now we are just doing this slow grind up. I don't think it's going to be that way the whole day. It would be funny if it was. I'm just taking little small $15 profits all day. Let's hope not. What are you planning for tomorrow? What are you planning for CPI tomorrow? Inflation days are really, really weird because a lot of times, like today we had PPI, and then the next day will be the exact opposite. So we'll get like a huge run today. Tomorrow we'll have a big drop. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but a lot of times we get one day is bullish, the next day is bearish, and just honestly, I take inflation days really slow. $5 on CPI tomorrow for SPY. Actually, the expected move was $5.16 as of open. Yeah, so SPY $5.16. QQQ is almost $6. So yeah, definitely 100% could move $5 in each direction. All right, let's just get a little starter here at least. Wow, this volume is horrendous. There we go. Let's see a little pullback. I like it. All right, so small pullback. Not. I do have an order right here at the 35 EMA at support, and still going into this slow today. I seriously am gonna start making music for this channel. my my covers. Yeah. Like at the very beginning of this channel, I'm like, you guys can't stop me. I'm gonna post my covers. Oh, thanks for listening though. Okay, I just added a little bit. If this is the price action we're gonna have, I might start going a little bit bigger. Yeah, we are at all-time highs. That's why I'm really taking this so slow, because I'm hoping for a pullback back into the trading range. We're at all-time highs and at the top of the trading range for the day. So, yeah, taking it slow, but you know, there are some small profits to take up here. Yeah, I'm waiting for that pullback too. But some days are just, I mean, this volume is really bad. What time is it? We have almost 10:30 and 15 million. I mean, usually by this time we're at like 25. So yeah, we're really slow today. It's not just me, everything's slow right now. No volume. And that can mean, in a lot of cases, it can mean the slow grind up, and sometimes it can mean volatility. So, because it's easier to move prices with less. So looking for volume or looking for volatility, and really taking it slow until something happens. We're losing momentum here a little bit, kind of consolidating back to the cloud. So when we get there, we'll see if that maybe holds as a support or what. On the other time frames, like 5 minute, we're pretty far away from support still. So momentum's still pushing higher here, but if we do start maybe seeing a little bit of selling, then support's down here. 65.35. Just don't want to get trapped at the top with a big position that can't manage my way out of. So taking it slow today. Really weird to see such low volume on PPI day. I mean, it's really low. It's like almost like nobody's trading, nobody's buying, nobody's selling. We're just kind of Good morning, Grumpy. Yeah, of course. SPX is we're actually just outside of the trading range for the day. So expected move was 65.45. 30-day average volatility up here at 65.55, and then we're just outside of that. And then tomorrow, 65.65, and then 64.80 and 64.60. So $20 wide. Clearly, I don't think we're gonna come down there, but right here, honestly, could still be a good setup even on the day. Kind of right in the middle of that spread too. Get some good premium, especially if we get pushed out of that. It'd be like a 500 risk reward. All right, let's add. We're up to a whole 3 contracts. I just can't put down that much more this high in the trading range, so. There we go, a little bit of a breakdown here. Testing some support levels. Sorry about my mouse there, it likes to. I'll wait just a little bit here before adding, kind of testing these levels. Kind of to be expected, just really high in the trading range, and clearly with this volume, not a whole lot of people are chasing this. Is this a pullback or are we going lower? I think we're going lower. Right now we do have a bullish setup on the small time frame, so we might still be able to do a little bit of trading here, but keeping an eye on supports. Right now we're just underneath this 35 EMA and starting to see it as a little bit of a resistance, and then 5-minute time frame, we're kind of just suspended above supports down here, even though we still have a bullish setup where we don't have a whole lot of volume to support this. So I think we're going to see a little bit more, but I'm just going to be slowly adding and taking profits, and I'll just add one here. Yeah, I think we're going to see a decent pullback. And see if this position was any bigger. I mean, this would be a decent hit right here, but we can build it up a little bit. All right, so 1 minute time frame, sell signal, 35 EMA is resistance, and we're getting underneath support. We're in the cloud now. And then 5 minute time frame, supports around 65.42. A nice $7 drop. Yeah, this is the partial Ichimoku. It's the cloud and the lagging span. And then this is different though. This is ATR and super trend. Really effective setup. But yeah, I love the cloud. It's really awesome. So now we do have resistance right up here at 65.59. And my take profits just underneath that. All right. Those spreads in SPX, tell me those weren't money. So we're up to 5 contracts. So that was basically what yesterday I was doing at each ad. So really slow. You can see that resistance is coming down too. We're starting to get those red signals in. Okay, so where is support? 5 minute, 65.44. And then underneath that, the 35 EMA, 65.40. So if you're looking for targets there, starting to get a green candle here. Might take it to resistance here. Might need to put this on the 5-second chart. Spice this up a little bit. just added. .35 EMA is holding as resistance right now. Could see a little push up to resistance right here as well, but right now getting stuck there. Yep, 35 EMA. Can see everything's starting to curl down. This is what happened yesterday though, before we had that huge monster rally. So not the same thing exactly, but okay. You taking to the green for me? Or is that 35 EMA gonna hold us down? Got a little support right here at 65.51. Still getting pushed back at the 35 EMA. add here. What's Vix doing? Vix is down, clearly. Support is starting to get further and further away. Trading against the trend, though, is my specialty. All right, so we are under the cloud with a red forecast here. So this is going to be a really fun time. And I mean that. I do. Alright, so far 35 EMA has been holding right here as resistance. And then if we can get up... Hey, T Miles is here. I'm so excited. Good to have you back. Alright, I'm not adding yet. I'm getting close. Alright, so right now we're going to be trading in this channel right here between support and resistance. And I'm going to add in a second. That'll bring my take profit within that channel. And give me just a moment here, not yet. So added a little bit here. Be back in just a second, literally 30 seconds. Back. All right, are we going to hook on that support? Yeah, I know, from my chair. This chair is so comfortable though. I've taken naps in this chair. All right, a little bounce on support here. Let's see if it's enough. Squeaky door too, yeah. I've got a lot of squeaky things. I'm surprised you guys can hear this stuff. I have fans on too, and I'm sure it's probably pretty noisy on the live itself. All right, can we take it up to, I would actually like to get it a little bit above. I don't want to break even. I want to get above that resistance. So I love white noise. I sleep between two fans. It's like this amazing wind tunnel thing. I sleep deep. Yeah. It is. Brown noise is a lot less harsh, actually. Yeah. I have this brown noise. It's this one guy that does really hilarious sounding, like he'll do like strawberry noise, and he shows how he makes them, but one of them that he makes is called creamy brown noise, and it just sounds so funny to me. But yeah, it sounds like you're like on an airplane. Yeah, me too. Like every room has some kind of sound. And I live close to a city with helicopters all the time, and my house is just like this super zen vibe with, you can't hear any of it. Yeah, creamy brown noise, try it, you'll laugh. It's a funny name. Still seeing resistance here at the 35 EMA, a little bit at the bottom of the cloud here. And the forecast here is definitely turning a little bit red, but we definitely can still pop up here. I'll add in a second to bring that target closer. Just put creamy brown noise in the chat. It's actually really good. All right, let's go ahead and add. It's gonna be a long trade. It's not going to let me. Yeah, it's honestly my favorite. And I've tried a lot of them. It's just a really good one. All right. Did get a little flash of a red candle there. We're strategically adding here, so even if we go down, that is okay. It builds the position a little bit bigger, but you'll see where I add next here. Try it with headphones. It's amazing. It's such a soothing sound. And the guy that makes that is hilarious. Like his lavender sound, and he actually takes like things and like rubs them on the microphone to make these really interesting sounds. Just the videos of how he makes them are so interesting. So yeah, I do keep adding on the pullbacks. Are we going to reach the highs? I probably not, but I think we can still hit my target, get into profit. We're watching that 35 EMA, see if we can get above it. If we get above that, then we can see a little bounce up, get into the green. I mean, we're still chopping on low volume. Let's see where we're at on the big picture trading range here. Yeah, so we just basically opened at the top of the trading range, top of the implied move, and then just curled back in. So yeah, I could see coming down a little bit more. It'd be nice to hit my target first. But yeah, support is down here near the middle, and then 35 EMA is down here too. So you always want to know where your 35 EMA is, and it is right now. It's in the red. So, but we're trading range bound. So no reason we can't hit my target. And this is why I wanted to go really slow today. I did not want to rush my trade and get stuck somewhere I couldn't be at least close to my target. And of course we could drop and close that gap, but I'm counting on maybe not doing that yet. Watch next candle. Pew! trend lines confuse you, which ones? Alright, I'm going to add here. Getting those red candles in. Alright, let's mark where support is on the 5 minute. Alright, so we're right here. Alright, so we're not too far from support. 65.43. That's not too bad. There it is. That's how you move things across time frames. You just gotta manually put it in there. The app I shared yesterday has 1 minute to 1 month. So that was the multi-time frame dual EMA or MTF super trend. Which one? Super trend is a really, really useful indicator. I didn't try the multi-time frame EMA yet though, but I did write it down, so everything in my notebook gets done. Yeah, MTF super trend. Okay, now that'll get a star. That way I really remember to look at it. Alright, so support is, where is support? Let's measure that out from where we are. Just 0.08%. Price action is just as slow on the way down as it was on the way up. Really slow today. Yeah, I do use Stupid Willy all the time. You see here we're on the 1 minute time frame. We're hitting that over. We didn't cross back up yet here, but yeah, if you ever want to have me bring up Stupid Willy, this is one of my absolute favorite indicators. We definitely still have more room to go, but look at it's taking us right down to this support 65.44. So let's see what we have. We definitely pulled back a decent amount. Get that more centered. We're trying to hold these supports, even though the supports are dropping. I'm not getting too crazy underneath them. Oh. Sitting just above support here. And still a relatively small position, just 11 MES contracts. So didn't get in too heavy. That's why I didn't want to. Like at the very top of the trading range, I'm like, nope. So still got a little ways to go before I can add or take profit. Kind of sitting in the middle of both. What contract did you get into? I'm so scared of trading right now. Trading's pretty scary, I think, anytime. All right, so getting a little bit of a reversal candle, kind of coming above the last 3 candles here. See if we can close above the last 3 candles and maybe make a run for my target. I would love that. Oh, 660 for tomorrow, yeah. That's 653. Is that what you bought? What'd you pay for that? What do you guys think? Does it feel like inflation's coming down a little? I don't know how much I trust those reports. No panic purchasing. You have to have your limit order in and just let it hit. You know, you don't want to just randomly hit market orders. As I put in a market order. With options, it's different though. Alright, I'm going to add here. You got all day to make this work. So droopy. Alright, so we are 12 contracts in. Now that I know you guys can hear my squeaky chair, there we go. Alright, I got one filled out support. I'm going to put another one in at that next support. And then we're going to wait for a minute. I'm going to see if this level catches. And we're down quite a bit, which isn't fun. But it definitely is fun when it flips around. Okay. So I got one more buy order just underneath that. I'll look for 5-minute supports. Oh, we got that 35 EMA too on the 5-minute. It's a pretty solid pullback right there. Can you imagine having a big order at the top and then feeling that pullback? So it's just easier to drop into it one contract at a time. Okay. So we are up 0.34% on the day. Alright, so right here, I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to hold off on adding, except for these two. Yeah, get those, fill those two. And hopefully PPI day does not screw me. As it does tend to like to do. So did anybody go into those SPX call spreads that I pointed out? So let's go to SPX real fast. And we had at the top here, see, so when we do open at the very top of the implied move, like we did today, 65.45, 65.65. So it's a $20 wide spread, and that would have, so that would have been probably $1,000 risk, $1,000 reward right there, to get into those spreads. So not a bad play. Nasty looking candle, not supporting my case here. And we do have a sell signal on the 5-minute time frame. I'll go in a little more at the next candle that I'm looking for on another, I'm looking at another chart. It's not going to be on the 1 minute, but all right, so here we did hit 1, 2, 3 supports, filled them, and it looks like we want to break them. Let's see. Ooh, that's nasty. All right, so we have resistance up here, 65.56. $200 SMA on the 1 minute. You think we'll make it down there? Yeah, we're right there. See, I mean, right here, we're hitting that level. We're also, I mean, this has not crossed back up yet, but we're getting pretty oversold here. What do we do for a pop back up to my target? Yeah, let's do it. I mean, look at how bearish that looks right now. Red cloud, lagging span, and underneath all of these. Get a green candle here. More of this red stuff. VIX is still red here. VIX still down. That's a good thing for me. I do want to add here, I want to see a green candle though. If we can get above that, at least ATR right here, like this one might flash green here. I don't think I would add to that, but there we go. I want to see a close green. Let's go ahead and add there. All right, and let's look at that 5 minute again. Yeah, so here you could see we tapped support, those 1, 2, 3 supports, and hopefully we get a technical bounce here. I mean, we still don't have a whole lot of volume, so it's not sell-off volume, even though price is drooping a little bit, but it's not high volume, so we're not selling off in a massive way. We're just chopping. So we at least have some green candles here. Let's hold them green, please. It's another nail biter trade. My trades are never easy. Alright, I like that we have 3 green candles here. That's good. That's something I can work with. Now let's challenge some of these resistances and then get up and make some money. All right, 35 EMA incoming here. Still holding as resistance, but let's see if we can get above it. That's a stubborn level. You could see right here, since we turned that, made that turn downward, 35 EMA. So if you're short, that 35 EMA was a great place to add. That 35 EMA is fierce. Not at all giving me what I want. Is that a higher low right here I'm seeing? Maybe? Or is that wishful thinking? There you go. There's that 200 SMA. We did get above. Stupid Willie did cross over here. I've definitely seen it go lower after that cross up, but all right, right here, 200 MA. It's right there. Oh, what an awful trade. Yeah, I've been down more and gotten it back into the green. Yeah, a lot of bearishness, but we do have, we're just kind of at around a support level, so let's hope for a bounce. If not, can't trade on wishful thinking, so. VIX still holding down. Oh, VIX is up a little bit. All right. 200 MA right here. We need you. Yeah, big ups and big downs. I mean, the past few days, do you remember how we traded? I mean, we were so choppy. We were directional up and then directional down, and then we whipped it back up, and then we came back down. So, yeah, definitely the trend the past few days has been very up and down. All right, 35 EMA. Let's break this level, especially now that we're at the 200. Let's get this above here. What does this look like on the 5-minute? Green candle, okay. Alright, let's break this level. I'm tired of this 35 EMA getting in my way. Let's go. Got a little bit of green momentum here. That's good. That's good. All right, let's close above the 35 EMA. I'll add here. Bring that target closer. All right, we've got 18 contracts of MES, and we are trying to get above resistance here to get to my target and close out this difficult trade. No, we got to get above. Now let's see if 35 EMA can turn into support here. All right, we're not too far away now. It was pretty rough, but see if we can get above here. We are hitting resistance right here, but let's see if we can overcome that, overcome these next two levels. See, we're getting a buy signal. I like that. 200 MA right here did its thing. We're not out of the woods yet. Let's add here at the 35 EMA. I like the look of this a lot better. This is at least manageable. Down here, I was like, well, shit. Just a minute, buddy. A little bit of resistance here. I mean, clearly we have this line and this cloud that we have right in our way. A little bit of selling there. But let's see if this green momentum here can push us up. There we go. Let's close above this. Let's get that buy signal. What do you think CPI is going to look like? I have no idea. I had no idea what PPI was going to look like. All right, we're not too far away from our target now. That was fun, right? Still got one more level of resistance here. This cloud. Let's see what that looks like on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I don't know what CPI is going to look like. I usually just trade the technicals. So look at the 5-minute chart. This is so beautiful right here. We came down, and this is where support was. This is where I showed support. This is that super trend and ATR and 35 EMA, and look at how it just scooped it up like that. That is so perfect. Really, really beautiful. All right, so we're stuck in the cloud. I am going to go ahead and add here 19 contracts. Get rid of this order. Yeah, I'm going to keep an order at the 35 EMA. All right, we're not far away. Let's get a good push here. Let's push through this cloud. It's kind of our last level of resistance. It really could give me trouble, but I'm hoping not. What do you guys think? Are we going to get into profit? Oh, yeah. Get above that cloud. That's pretty. That was a pretty trade, guys. You got to admit. Maybe a little stressful. It's not closed yet. Let me not get too excited. But now we're above the cloud. We've got the lagging span above super trend. We've got green over green. The only thing we need for a follow through here is a green cloud, and we could see a push here. So if this doesn't hold as resistance, I mean, we're just above resistance. So if we don't get pulled back into this cloud, we could see a nice little takeoff. And that was a beautiful bounce on the 5-minute. Look at that, we're green. Now I do want to see it. I don't want to do all that for 25 bucks. So like, let's get a push here. Let's just push a little bit. That would be so funny if I did all that for $25. That wouldn't even be right. So in the classic Ichimoku trading style, you want to get this lagging span actually above the cloud here. So the way I trade it, I like to get it above my super trend. But right here we could be seeing a green cloud start to form. That would be that bullish forecast for the second half of the day. Don't get pulled back into the cloud. What green stuff? You're right about the green stuff. Okay, so bouncing on that cloud. I'm gonna add, since we're still red, I'm gonna add here in a minute. Still not exactly where I want to be here. Alright, just added. A green cloud forming here. We're in the green. I didn't do all that for just a few bucks. Let's run it. It's really messing with my emotions right now. The market likes to mess with me. Oh yeah, the green candles aren't, look, and then you get the green candles, but above the green and the green here, yeah. If you color code everything, it's a lot easier to read. Because when you have like all the different green and red flipping back and forth, you're like, whoa, what's going on? So we are up a little bit. I kind of want a little more than 100. I mean, that took me like 2 hours. All right, let's lock in 207. We'll take that after that. And I am going to get back in and I'm gonna keep going slow today because I know I don't want to. I mean, it's still PPI day, so just because we got one good swing, I just think it's gonna be still bumpy because we have CPI tomorrow. So I did get back in. So what was the drawdown on that? I think at my low I was like down 900 and then I closed up 200. So there you have it. That was pretty nuts, guys. I'm gonna go refill my coffee and I will be right back. We've got one contract of MES on right now. All right, I am back. So I would love if this next trade was a little bit easier. maybe a couple small ones would be good. What's the $1,100 swing? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It was 100%. It went from 900 to down to 200 plus. That is an $1,100 swing. Yeah, and we had to drop into that, you know. So where are we as far as, let's take a look at SPX. Where are we? Yeah, that drop in and build your position, that's kind of like my, I don't know if anyone else trades that way. I'm not saying it's a thing, but it's my thing. So we're back up at the top of the expect to move. Sorry, I'm texting. Sometimes I'll stop mid-sentence to finish a text. Alright, so we are back at the top of the implied move, and we still left a decent amount of gap left. The last time we had, I don't know, a lot of the big reports have been, ooh, you got approved for futures trading? Oh, that is so exciting. You know, so now you can go into, do you use TradingView? If you use TradingView, you can actually sign into TradingView. So it's right here. See brokers list, and Tasty Trade is right here. You can actually hook it right up and trade futures right in TradingView. So it's really cool. You're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, so yeah, let's just keep taking, I guess, small profits if we can, and if we get another crazy move, we'll just do what we have to do. So I'm looking at SPX here, and right here you could see how it did do that tick down, and that does sometimes bring us a little bit lower. Just something I've started noticing is that it could pull us into like maybe this cloud area. Yeah, it's really, I don't think you can trade SPX on TradingView, but you can do futures. No, you can't do the options. You'll have to do right in TradingView. That is, I know that for a fact. Alright, so I can see we're pulling back a little bit. And okay, so we saw that on the 30-minute time frame and the 5, that little push back here, and cross underneath the 35 EMA. So looking to see this 35 EMA, let's add there. And let's also add another one right where we are. Okay. Market's like, let's go in for a double dip. So yeah, we took it just under that resistance. Once you get the sell signal on super trend, it gives you a really good resistance or target to aim for. But look at this green cloud right here. That's our support. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we trade sideways and just kind of like go like this into the end of the day. And see where the cloud goes, but it's we definitely consolidated back to it. right here. Is that what you're talking about, Rob? Right here? Um, yeah, I mean, you can maybe take some off your position or just sell and start over. Yesterday, do you remember at the very end of the day we hit the 30-minute one, and then like after hours it just zoomed past it. So sometimes it reacts as a resistance, and then if you do get above it, then it's a continuation of the uptrend. But right now that's an excellent place to take profits, or at least to watch it. If you start seeing pushback at this level, then, but yeah, a lot of times I will sell half of my position at resistance and maybe let the other half run. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add here. And then I do have that other order at the 35 EMA. Alright, just adding buy orders at the next two supports. Okay, and I'm gonna add here. We're not too far away from our average. We're just underneath it. Alright, we're almost in the green. Got 4 contracts of ES on that one. Sorry, MES. Are you asking if there's no chance of filling the gap? So there's always a chance, but right now, even options, let's just look at SPY. Options are just even giving us look at the really, really small range, just $1 in each direction. So, yeah, we're not most likely, probably not going to fill that gap today. Anything can happen, but I mean, even options didn't have a huge range on the day. And then I don't think we're going to be dropping out. And then, we do have this cloud here. This is the 5-minute. Let's go look at 30-minute time frame. Where's support? So if we do drop, I think we still won't completely fill that gap. But price action, most likely we're just gonna, for now, we're just gonna hover. I could be wrong. Let's trade what's right in front of us. But yeah, options don't have a huge range in either direction. And VIX is down to just under 15. We're still just sitting just underneath our average. All right, so let's add right here. Let's just add one. We have 5 now. And we're heading up, kind of. Is it allergy season or something? Because I'm really congested. Hi, just tuning in. How often do you take trades? Oh my gosh, you just missed a pretty wild trade. I take trades all day long, and am I on an algo? I think I trade pretty algorithmic, but it's all manual. I pretty much tell you whenever I get into, when I just added, and you could see I basically every candle here I'm doing something. So I am an algo. Good to have you, by the way. Allergy season or COVID? I can still smell. Let me see if I can smell my coffee. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, I can smell my coffee, so it's not COVID. I think it's just allergies. And I don't even get allergies. I'm like the healthiest. And I don't know, something's irritating my throat. Yeah, that's right. Like the video. Thank you. And share. And make sure you subscribe. And turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Alright, I would love to see a little push here. I love seeing this support right here. We're heading right into it. And on a day like this, definitely not surprised we consolidated back to it. But now we have this support. 5-minute time frame, which is, you know, between 5 and 1 minute time frame, ideal for intraday trading. And it looks like we could be held up here. It's noon now and we're only up like $300. That price action is slow. Ooh, you're gonna love Super Trend. My ATR multiplier is set to 3, I think. Yeah, it's at 3. Honestly, if you guys ever trade futures overnight, this is what the price action's like. These last 2 candles, or these last 3 candles. All right, let's add one here. Yeah, absolutely poolside anytime, and I'm really excited. Let me know how you like Super Trend and ATR together. They're a pretty fierce combo. All right, we're in the green. Maybe just a little bit more of a push. Six contracts, $16. No, we're gonna wait for a real push here. I think we have enough support underneath us to be patient. like that the 35 EMA here is kind of getting hopefully above the cloud here. These candles here are just all wick. Small bodies. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add. All right. Add it a little bit. There's another order just underneath that. Do you like how I was like in the grain and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna wait. Oh, so close to that order and it didn't fill it. I'm still just marveling over this bounce right here. And look at that 35 EMA, like all of the body is just perfectly caught there. And now we're just heading into this cloud. I bet you will stay sideways today. That's just kind of the feeling I'm getting from what I'm seeing here. Let's look at the 30-minute. Can't see past all my orders. All right, so a little pullback here. We've got a new resistance on the 1 minute underneath the 35 EMA. Been mostly on the 5 minute. All right, so we're right at the cloud. We're underneath the 35 EMA. Got another order right down here. Let's see where that 200. So this is the 5 minute time frame. Let's do 1 minute. Okay, so we did actually just break the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame. So we broke the 1 minute. There's the 5 minute. A little bit far still. All right, let's go for a roller coaster ride then. I am going to go ahead and add here. Yeah, the 200 on the 1 minute broke. We went just under it, but 5 minute is still kind of far under us, but honestly, I don't think it's even in our trading range today. Let's take a look. I know I have it on SPY. Yeah, really the only level is the 30 minute 35 EMA. So honestly, that's actually the 5 minute 200 MA. I don't know if you knew that, but 30 minute 35 EMA is the same as the, well, you can see the cloud right here. It's our support for the day. You can see that wick, see 5 minute time frame, 35 EMA, and you could see that it's just wick underneath there. So it did catch us. This is at least on SPY. I don't know if MES, maybe, yeah, see, MES, we're holding above it. For now. I never know how to zoom in right. That looks good. We're at the morning low on SPX. Getting there. Got 65.33. But yeah, this right here, that's always an interesting signal. So it's bearish, but we've got support down here, 65.34, which is right around that opening low. All right, I'm going to add here. Ooh, we are getting underneath that 35 EMA. All right, so I got another order right here at 65.40. Let's see if that little dip in the ATR catches us. I love when it does. It's such a cool indicator. If you haven't played around with it, it's really useful. And that's why I have my next order there. see the momentum is it's actually coming up a little bit. The momentum indicator, though it can turn deeper red again, but all right, I'm going to add here. We are underneath the 35 EMA, 5 minute. That's a lot of orders. I wish there was a way to clear them after the trade was over. Trying to get above that 35 EMA, getting a little pushback there. Alright, where's the volume at? Still awful, huh? No, it's not that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. 37 million. Sounds like a lot, but it's not for SPY. An order right here. Oh, we're in the wrong chart. Okay, see, the order was already there. just added here. $12 contracts so far. It's still a pretty small position. We've got a green candle in the green cloud. What kind of pattern is this? It's a very choppy pattern. I mean, it does kind of look like an inverted head and not head and shoulders, cup and handle. But it's not really a complete one. All right, my homework for the weekend is to get some music. Okay, so I'm gonna take this to the 15-minute time frame. I just want to map out. I know we know where support is in the 5-minute. Where is it on the 15? We might need to know that. Let's actually go ahead and put orders there. Okay. All right, so those are orders at supports. Looks like we're going for a double crazy, what are we gonna call that type of trade? All right, got another one there. Hit the support. Green clouds, like, I don't even care. All right, so we've got the next few orders in here. And really the 15-minute time frame and the 30-minute time frame, the ones right above this, are still looking pretty bullish. Reasonably enough to carry through this trade. Your cloud is so fluffy. It is. I mean, it was a good fluffy cloud. And, 15-minute time frame, we've got a nice green fluffy cloud forming here. So future forecast is green, and then 30-minute too. We're still, we're high above it. That's really the biggest problem, is it's there and it's bullish, but there's room to drop. But we're not going to do that. See, we got this nice green candle, and we're going to stay flying high today. How did I get this set up? This is in Trading View. It is beautiful though. If you go to my Trading View, I think I posted some charts using this. There's a little button underneath that says, like, grab this chart or something, and you can literally just populate all this onto your browser. It's trying to hold here. It's still a little sluggish because it's still on lunch break. But 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock's around the corner. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add here. We still have our 3 orders down here in case of so many crazy moves. You think that morning gap is going to fill? I feel like it's not going to today. It might, but I don't know. It's almost like, it feels like the obvious play. I think that's what they want you to think. I don't know who they is, but yeah, I think it's going to start going up here too. I feel like we're kind of at, let's get this candle to close green, and then let's challenge that 35 EMA, and then we'll be like pretty close to kind of the average. Yeah, not sure either. I mean, it could, especially since we have CPI tomorrow. We could see like a sudden move at the end of the day. Like, I would love to be ideally closed out of my trades before power hour. But I think during the day, I think we're just going to kind of continue seeing this price action, this up and down. At least that's what I need. All right, let's close this green and I'll add here. That'll bring that profit level closer. Yeah, private yachts. I'm not really a water person, honestly. I'm more of a mountain person. And I live in Florida, so go figure that one out. Not a single mountain here. Alright, so maybe it won't close green, but it would be nice. I will add if it does. Need to see a little bit of strength around this level. Yeah, that's why when people ask me what I think price is going to do or where we're going to close, I honestly don't know. I just kind of trade it one candle at a time, one level at a time. All right, so we're not going to close this one green. Yeah, I prefer mountains and chilly weather too. I miss fall. Okay, so we closed just under, didn't close it green. Maybe this one. Yeah, I live like 5 minutes from the beach, and I like the beach. I like warm weather. I just like all of the different seasons. I like fall. I love winter. I used to live in Breckenridge, Colorado, and that was amazing. Lived right across the slopes for a while. That was amazing. There you go. This one looks like it might close, and I'll add it. If it has to close green, and I'll add. And then I'll add if we get above this 35 EMA. And it's still another 4 minutes before this candle closes, so anything can really happen, but I'd love to see it close green before adding a little bit more to this position. I like it, I like it. It'd be really good if this momentum indicator gave us a green flash here. All right, there's that 35 EMA. Oh, I like that push right there. Got 2 minutes left on this candle. Let's get it closed above ATR, and it'd be a double bonus if we closed above the 35 EMA. Seeing a little pushback here, but I'd still add if we just close above 65.40. That's a nice candle. That's what I like to see. And on the 5-minute chart, there's still another 5 minutes left on this candle. Or no, maybe I'm looking on the 30-minute chart. 30. Yeah, there's still 5 minutes left here on this candle, but look at that long wick here. That's definitely a good sign for the trade that's a good sign for the trade that I'm in. Definitely. And this is on the 1 minute time frame. we have a buy signal, and we pushed up above the 35 EMA, above super trend, and got a buy signal. So that this is the 1 minute time frame. I've mostly been looking, just because of how slow I've been trading, more at the 5 minute, just to give less conflicting signals. But look, now we're getting above that 35 EMA, so I set out add if we got above that. So let's add one here. Now we're just underneath where we need to be in profit. So we're just under our average. Almost in the green here. I love that. If we close above 35 EMA here, I will add again. So we closed above ATR, above 35 EMA. Now I'll add again if we can hold this level. That would be a really good sign. You see, we're getting a little pushback here. Alright, now if we can get above that cloud. Alright, we're in the green. Woohoo! Just a little push here would be nice. The last time I was in the green, I was up like $30 and I didn't lock it, and we came right back down. Let's actually make some money here, okay? I don't want to take $15. That's not really. It's not really gonna do it for me. Being difficult. Wants me to sweet talk to it again. Yeah, very, very fussy. It's like I'm so comfortable in this green cloud. Price can be sluggish in the cloud. That's just something that is, I mean, once it breaks out, it can actually break out pretty quickly. And even though we do have resistance right above that too, so that 1 minute, 200, and then here we have super trend kind of pushing us down, but I think we still have enough to make like just maybe 100. It's not a huge day. This I just had this feeling we were just gonna chop today. We're very not directional, just sideways, and it's tough. It's tough to make big amounts when it's this choppy. Okay, so we closed above that, so I will add here 1. We'll add that position and hope to hold that 35 EMA. That does bring our average a little closer. Why is it a red cloud on the 1 minute? Just because of, so the cloud is kind of built on price. How, yeah, so we hit that. It's an extension of past price pushed out, and on each time frame. It's really actually interesting how the cloud is built. But yeah, no, it's, see here, we're above support. 35 EMA is catching us. 1 minute, I think we're going to break through this. And mostly because we have the support of 5 minute, 15, and 30 minute time frame. And the bigger time frame, see, we're back in the green. We did hit that resistance, and you can see it did push us back. It gave you an opportunity to maybe add a little bit, but right here we're in this green cloud, and I think we can push up and probably through the 1 minute cloud too. And then we have 15 minute and 30 minute on our side directionally. And if those were more red, then I'd definitely be worried. But I think we should be able to be okay here. So see, we dropped down to the 35 EMA on this time frame too. So we're up 16 contracts of MES. And I'll add again if I have to, but hopefully we get a run here. Oh yeah, $262 right there, locked in. I liked that. That was good. See how as soon as we popped out of that cloud, it was just boom. It's as soon as we popped out, but then we hit resistance. So that's awesome. I am very happy with that trade. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm gonna go get some coffee, and I'll be back, and let's take another one. That was fun. All right, so got a little momentum here. Let's get back in. At least now we don't have 16. We're just the 1 now. This could be a resistance level. We'll look a little more carefully before just jumping right in here, because we are. All right, 5 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame. Got above the 30 minute here, but this is actually a bearish setup here. because we have 35 EMA underneath it. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to get back in. Maybe not terribly long. I just wanna, because we might build some support here. We might. So here, so this is the 1 minute time frame, that cloud. You see how as soon as we got above it, we just pushed up, and really we got above 2 clouds at the same time, the 1 minute, 5 minute. Yeah, I'm gonna wait just a minute. I think we have been making lower highs, so maybe if we make a higher high, maybe that'll change my opinion here, and then build some support on the 1 minute 200, maybe something crazy like that. Stick to the 5 minute here, but yeah, I'm gonna give this a minute to cool off, because even in the cloud, and here the cloud's starting to get thinner. We still don't have green momentum fully. We still have this resistance sitting here. I don't know, I'm just not ready to jump in yet. Not ready to short either. There's not enough evidence of that. So I think it's just for right now, just watching. And actually, I'm gonna go give my dogs a snack. How about that? I'll be right back. Could use a nice pullback here. right, I am back. Are we seeing that level as resistance? Yeah, it looks like we're even getting back underneath that 1 day, 1 minute, 200. What does that look like? There you go. See, we're seeing that as resistance. So this, whenever 35 EMA crosses underneath, that is a bearish signal, and often that's resistance. So we'll see if that holds true. Maybe if we get that 35 EMA back above. I don't know. I think this just kind of feels like one of those days that, because we have CPI tomorrow, and look at this price action. I mean, we couldn't hold those PPI highs, and we're making lower lows. I might be done for the day. I might be done trading. Yeah. I feel like maybe this was enough for today. Though I might stay on a little bit longer just to see if maybe something shows up that I can work with. Yeah, so right here we're seeing that 1 minute 200 resistance, and this is a really cool trick to know, 35 EMA crossing underneath the 200, because this works on every time frame. I did my videos for years on the 30-minute time frame, and that is the same thing. If here that's clearly not the case, we're still very bullish here, but if you know, when it crosses under, and sometimes see exactly like what I was just saying, goes under, if it goes back up, then go bullish, go long again. But it crossed under, and I'm sure it doesn't have to be the only thing that you base your trade on, but see, we've got that. Just can't even see anything past this way. That's why I go to ES and SPX too. Yeah, getting rejected here. We're kind of in a funny place back on the 5-minute time frame. So we have resistance, resistance, support, and then the cloud support. So kind of a lot of indecision. I don't really want to jump into anything yet. Things get a little bit more sluggish. Like here, we only had support, right? And here we're kind of getting crowded by things, and there's not really a clear path. Good for options if you want to stay kind of flat right now. Maybe it's getting ready to pop out one direction or the other as the averages come together. Exactly. But with all the mixed signals, it's really which direction. And here, here, 5-minute time frame, we have this nice cloud. It's starting to get thinner here, but realistically, you know, if we go to the 30-minute time frame, look how far support is here. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's a pretty sizable, we don't even have to hit the support. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but like almost, you know, 0.8%, and we're hitting resistance. So I don't know, I was really comfortable getting into those trades in the morning, because usually there's a lot more volatility in the morning, with the exception of power hour, and sometimes you see it throughout the day, but a lot of times you'll see like nice volatility in the morning, and then it'll just fizzle out. So if I get into another position now, I feel like I may not be able to have the time, and because of the rest of the day, there's 3 hours left, which you would think would be a lot. But if you're down and you're waiting for that swing up, I mean, from the morning, it's much easier. But right now, I think we're kind of hitting resistance. And because of CPI being tomorrow, like, I think I just want to protect my profits today, and really see what CPI brings, and then trade maybe tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I'm really feeling that way. I'm still going to give it a few more minutes, but I just think I think we're kind of in a almost stalemate situation, to where, you know, it might just be not even worth taking a trade. 5-second chart, yeah. It's funny, I always, for years and years and years, I had the super premium account on TradingView, and that's when I was managing like 200 different positions, and I needed all these charts and indicators and alerts and all this stuff. And I dropped down to the $20 a month, and I can't get onto the 5-second chart, and I should just get the premium one, but I don't need it really. I mean, I have everything I need. Trade in the morning, do other things in the afternoon. Yeah, no, that's really, I am feeling that. I just think if I go against this today, that it could, you know, it was a good day. It was a $500 day. And I think maybe a little bit more than that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and honestly, I'm just gonna be at home doing stuff. So if I see anything where I need to get back on, yeah, let's do that, guys. Let's take the rest of this day and enjoy it, and hopefully you guys made some money. Yeah, you made money. I love that. Yeah, that's what it's all about here. And you know, making money, following your rules, not getting crazy, you know, consistently. It's really fun to be a day trader as a profession, and not just, you know, a gambler. So yeah, let's stick to it. Let's call it a day. I am gonna sign out, guys, and if anything happens, I will be back. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.